The Deadly Curse of Three Monkey Statues, Chap 3. Mai began to explore the hidden corners of the temple. With patience and determination, she sought signs that might reveal the statue's weaknesses according to ancient texts. Gradually, Mai discovered a deep pit concealed under layers of moss and vegetation. In the pit lay an ancient tomb, where the evil spirit had been trapped centuries before entering the statues. Mai sensed the statues trembling. Immediately, she realized the ancient tomb was the source of the malice and dark power. She decided to destroy the spirit completely by burning the tomb. Holding a matchbox and a can of kerosene, Mai quickly poured kerosene over the tomb's surface, struck a match, and dropped it. Instantly, the fire spread rapidly, blazing fiercely under the twilight of the temple. Mai felt the immense power of the flames, but she couldn't hesitate. The dark power couldn't exist in this world, and she resolved to burn the tomb to ensure everyone's safety. The flames emitted brilliant light, destroying the evil spirits and incinerating all traces of horror. Watching the fire consume the ancient tomb, turning it to ash and dust, Mai felt relieved and at peace as the dark power vanished. After the fire extinguished, Mai stood looking at the gray ashes, feeling a sense of victory and freedom. The three monkey statues in her bag suddenly disappeared. The malevolent spirit no longer existed, and the ancient temple was freed from their control. Mai returned home after her arduous and dangerous adventure, carrying a sense of relief and happiness for her success. She smiled as she stepped into the cozy house, where her family awaited her with care and love. Mai is back! Her mother shouted joyfully upon seeing her enter the living room. We've been so worried about you. Where did you go? But thank goodness you're safe. Mai hugged her mother warmly, feeling reassured by her family's love. She decided to keep the events secret, only saying she felt bored and wanted to wander to clear her mind. Her parents assumed she had left home due to teenage rebellion, acting out impulsively. Mai thought her adventure had ended, but at night, strange things continued to happen, leaving her bewildered and confused. As night fell and the house grew quiet, Mai saw eerie blue light emanating from her room. She entered and discovered that the three monkey statues, despite being destroyed earlier, had reappeared, flickering in the darkness like dancing ghosts. Suddenly, the chilling laughter of the three monkey statues echoed through the room, recalling the haunting memories of the past and the chaos they caused. The statues continued to laugh mockingly, their eyes full of malice and fear, the laughter growing louder, forcing Mai to cover her ears. No way. Why are you here? I destroyed you. Mai screamed in pain and despair. The statues laughed even more gleefully. The more frightened and desperate Mai became, the more delighted they seemed. Suddenly, Mai heard her mother scream from the living room. She felt panic and fear, unsure of what was happening. When Mai reached the living room, she saw her mother collapsed on the floor, her face pale with fear, clutching her neck, blood streaming through her fingers. Her mother was covered in blood. Mai was horrified by the scene, unable to believe what was happening. The father she always respected seemed to have lost his mind, driven by some dark force, stabbing her beloved mother repeatedly. Mai felt her heart break, terror and fear paralyzing her. Her legs trembled, her vision blurred, and she couldn't speak, unable to hear her mother's plea to run. Now, she was like a statue, blind, mute, and deaf. Mai felt cold and hopeless. This was no longer the father she knew and loved, but an embodiment of cruelty and brutality. Her father wore a sinister smile, approaching Mai. In his hand was a blood-stained knife, droplets of blood falling to the floor like the ticking seconds of a clock, marking Mai's remaining moments. If Mai could see or hear, she would understand that her beloved father was now mocking her with a gruff, eerie voice. The tomb you burned was just a decoy. The real tombs are the ones outside the temple you overlooked. Surprised, aren't you? Ha ha ha! Immediately, her father's shadow cast on the wall, moving rhythmically with a knife. Blood splattered everywhere from the sofa, wooden table, TV, even the ceiling light. The eerie laughter echoed throughout the room, cold and chilling like a sound from the afterlife. Looking closely at her father's shadow, it was surrounded by three strange shadows, covering his ears, eyes, and mouth. These shadows were sometimes clear, sometimes vague, eventually merging with her father's shadow.